right, so what's happening? So, look, right? I'm hearing. That's another thing I'm hearing. Um, and we gotta see the progress. That's my thing. We're not seeing progress. All the years I be hearing people say stuff like, "Come on, man, you can't just be straight up with stuff. You gotta play the game until that time comes. Play the game. You gotta play. How long you gonna keep playing the game? The game is over. There's no more games. You know what I mean? I know yesterday when I was doing the Facebook, one of the comments was that you gotta go. We gotta work together and unite, and we gotta work it for the long haul. Well, the long haul is here. You know what I mean? The long haul been here. When a revolutionary situation jumps off, that is the long haul. It's been long hauled for a long time. Um, as far as we don't work together, we've been working together. So many people work together. I don't even know how many. I don't even know how to put it to you. We always working together. I said it in the comment. I was like, yo, we work together. Look, back in the early 1900s. Hey, I go back further than that. But anyway, let's stick to this. No, let's stick to this. Let me stick to this. Back in the early century, we had people that were putting out newspapers. Tons of black newspapers popping off. But the one that was really getting it in, and he was a radical fool, and he was that was William Monroe Garter. You know what I mean? William Monroe Trotter. My fault. I got that right here. Where that book at? All right. This book. Y'all ever see this? Black Radical. You ever see that? You know what I mean? Black Radical. This is William Monroe Trotter. Let me tell you about William Monroe Trotter. Let me just put y'all down on him real quick. He had his own paper called The Guardian, right? And The Guardian, he would tell black people what they need to do. He would travel all over the world. He would go to Paris. He would go to London, Africa, and he would come back and tell people, nah, this is what we got to do. We got to fix this like this. We got to go to the Capitol and we got to do this. And he would be into all situations. There was a riot out there in Kentucky, and they had to deal with it. I think it was Kansas, my fault, because I think that's where his paper was. You know what I mean? Let me check a minute. Let me see what that was. Hold up. I believe it was in. I think he's from Kansas. William Monroe Trotter. Blah blah blah. I think Trotter was from. Let me see. Born on a farm of Charlotte, Ohio area, America, Trotter came up of age and was familiar in the Jim Crow era, civil, the unknown, of black citizens to weld their political, despite the violent racism of early 20th century America. Born on a farm in, I think he was in the farm, blah, blah, blah. Hold on. I believe radical vision of black liberation that prefigured leaders like Marcus Garvey. Boom. Hold on. Anyway, let me get to the point. But William Monroe Trotter, right? All right, just to give y'all a little something. William Monroe Trotter had his own. He had his own paper called The Guardian. The Guardian. He was a radical boy. He would go into rallies. It would be protests. He would go in there. He would get into brawls at times, I think. You know what I mean? He would get into stuff because he was really trying to let people know, nah, we got to do this. And he would create protests and things would turn violent because of racial outcry and racial disrespect. You know what I mean? People fighting, trying to kill the black people. But he'd still be out there in the front line. Even though he had $1 million paper. He was making money. He was rich. You know what I mean? And he was getting it in. Like William Monroe Trotter was getting it in, and he had all the people working with him, and they worked together. So we always working together. So let's speed up. You know what I mean? Let me tell you who people who followed in his footsteps. Elijah Muhammad saw William Monroe Trotter, which is where he got a lot of his, like, oh, okay, I got to get my paper. I got to do this. He seen that. Marcus Garvey came later after William Monroe Trotter. He seen how William Monroe Trotter got it in. But William Monroe Trotter came up under the people like him, W. Du Bois, and Booker T. Washington all were on the same type of page, right? But they were poor young boys coming up and got knowledge. He was already part of the elite black, and he went, nah, we ain't rocking with that elite stuff. Forget that. I'm elite, but I don't want to be elite. I want to get down to the nitty gritty of what's really good. You know what I mean? So he would do radical moves. With W. Du Bois ain't really like them because they was running with the NAACP, and the NAACP, y'all know that's not black completely. It's black people working, but it's not backed by black people. You know what I mean? That was a white organization that helped out black people, which is beautiful. That's fine. But William Monroe Trotter had his own paper guarding it, and he had his own crew, and he had his own people, and people would buy this paper because it was the realest paper at that time. Like, they loved buying it because it was radical, it was straight up. He was calling out racism, calling out hangings that was going on. He was going there, you know what I mean? He didn't play. He was telling you what it was. He had protests, and they was wilding at the protests. Like I said, he went and got laws put into motion out in Paris and came back, and he was doing worldly things, you know what I mean? He was on his joint, you know what I mean? And W. Du Bois and them was trying to be like, nah, we ain't gonna do like you know what I mean? But he was getting the job done. So there's an example of us working together. He was working together big time with his crew, and they was making it, and he was selling his papers back then, $1 million paper. Another example, let's move up. Like I said, Marcus Garvey and Elijah Muhammad was influenced by him. Marcus Garvey, here he come. Boom, started the UNIA. Got crazy people, Garveyites all over. You know what I mean? He had satellite businesses all over, some right here in Philly, on South Street, on Cecil B. Moore Avenue and Broad Street, all kinds of locations. He was getting it in. He had people working and networking with him all the time. Don't say we don't know how to keep unity. You know what I mean? Let's bring it up to my man George Floyd. Hold up, I ain't even gonna get to George Floyd right now. You know what I mean? Please rest in peace. But, you know what I mean? Also, now let's move it up. We got the Nation of Islam, Elijah Muhammad. He, don't tell me he wasn't getting it together. He had people work together. Black people work together all the time. We always working together. People say, oh, we don't unite. We always unite. We always working together. Don't tell me that we don't unite. We unite more than anybody. We always unite and getting together. You know what I mean? It's just like tribes. Every tribe ain't going to get together, but the tribes that do get together, when they, excuse me, I'm twipping on the tongue, but when they unite, they get busy. You know what I mean? So, no, miss me with the we don't unite. We always uniting. Look, when the young boys ran up in the stores taking shoes, they was together. They was uniting. Yo, we go all, how you think it happened all over? Oh, they broke that window? All right. Bet. Let's go in and we take it. They dismantling the economic structure. They did it. Now, the other people got to come in and go, hey, we got to fix this problem. What's the problem? Racial injustice. You know what I mean? Police brutality. Systematic racism in America. How do you fix that? You fix that by looking at the words that Elijah Muhammad say in his speeches, in his Muhammad Speaks. Look at the words that William Monroe Trotter said in his Guardian newspaper. Look at the words and the speeches and all the plans that Marcus Garvey had. You got to look at those plans, and then you got to start putting this stuff on mainstream medias. Put it in schools. Give it to them for real, not having somebody sideways. You saying you want to give the education to the public. You want to give a public school education. You want to make sure everybody is well-rounded. You can't just say, oh, we just going to give you only a history that has nothing to do with you. Nah, we gotta change this. Why we gotta change it? Because this young boy is stealing your police car. Why we gotta change it? Because this young boy gonna forget you. We going up in Target, we going up in Foot Locker, we going up in the Apple store, and we taking your economic items. We don't care. You don't treat us good. You don't show us love. You know what I mean? You don't show our cultures on TV. You don't show Israelites on TV. You don't show Islam on TV. You don't show the Nation of Islam on TV. You don't show the Sunni black Muslims. You don't show the Nation black Muslims. You don't show that we used to be Garveyites. You don't show that we used to follow William Monroe Trotter. You don't show our unity. You only show one unity, and that's because all in the hopes that you create this white establishment only. It's not white only. It's blacks up in here too. Yo, we up in here. So who changes this game? The protesters, as well as these young boys that's protesting, and they just looting and tearing up your economic system. They doing it right in the moment, right now. So they even sticking together when they do it. When they up in there robbing, they wilding with each other. They impressing each other. That's unity. When Monroe was making this paper and he doing this paper and he got followers and he got people buying his paper, that's black unity. When Nation of Islam did Muhammad Speaks and Elijah Muhammad put out the paper and everybody was coming, buying bean pods, buying papers, that's unity. When Black Lives Matter got together and they got their thing together and they out there protesting legally, or if they radicals out there, that's unity. All right, I mean, let's step it up to hip hop. Let's step it up. Wait, I ain't even gonna get to hip hop yet. Let's go to let me see. Let's go to the civil rights movement. When Martin Luther King got in the NAACP and they got together, that was unity. Nobody don't even know how the civil rights made this thing happen. When they was going in these neighborhoods, they was getting the pharmacists that were the black people in the neighborhoods, getting with them. They were the ones that was making sure everything ran right when Martin Luther King came into these places. Y'all don't know that. Y'all got to understand those histories. You know what I'm saying? So it was black people in unity. We was popping off. We wasn't waiting to the wagon. They say wait. When you wait, the wagon. What is it? Wait brought the wagon down. Nah, they didn't wait. They was going at it. You know what I mean? It's no game. When people say, oh, you got to play the game. We ain't playing no games. You got to wait and chill and play the game. What game? No games. So it's always unity, baby. We always got the unity. It's always unity. Let's go to the Black Panthers and the Black Arts Movement. Unity. Huey P. Newton put out a letter, yo, we gotta do this. He got the Black Panthers to get guns, and why y'all think y'all eating breakfast in the morning because of them? You know what I'm saying? This is how it's going down.